Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you Wakim out there pushing this word with all truth and sincerity, and to all you believers out there who believe on the gospel. And it's the brother Quara Abad from the GMS Houston camp. And I want to go into a lesson, man. I was watching the brothers from the Birmingham camp, a lesson they did going into Yahweh Shai. And, the brothers mentioned the point how coming into this truth, coming into this doctrine is not a promise, right? It's not a for sure thing that you gonna have to die. For example, like the brother said, when you go to Christianity, although they try to use the Bible, but the wrong interpretation, before you can get to so-called heaven, right, you have to die, right? Before they teach a doctrine that if before you get to heaven, you have to die first, then you're gonna go to heaven or whatever. Even with the Egyptians, you have to die, then you will be in the afterlife with gold and everything you had in your coffin. But they always have still that death, right, before they able to receive their so-called glory, which all of it is false anyway. But with this doctrine, it's about life, man. Yahweh Shai gave us the promise that everybody ain't gonna die. It's literally some of us who doing these lessons, who listening to these lessons, right? The prophets and the believers, the families. It's some of us who literally will never die from here on out. From this point on, we'll never die. We'll never die. Now, before I get into the scriptures, of course, we know that reincarnation is biblical. So we have, in our past lives, we have died before and we came back, in other reincarnations. But now that we're in this last generation, the generation, Lord willing, to see the Lord Yahweh Shai come back, the believers here who still alive when the Lord come back, from that point on, the Lord go beam you up. The Lord go beam you up. Your body gonna be changed to an immortal body. And from that point on, being out of Babylon the Great, being saved out of, where brothers, sisters at right now, from that point on, you literally gonna live forever. Never experience death in this life. Forever, man. You gonna have a mind. You gonna know you came out of Babylon. You gonna know I just escaped missiles forever. Righteous forever. Never taste death. And coming into this truth, that's what we have the opportunity of, man, to achieve that. But again, before I get into the scriptures on the other side, even with this truth, even if you have to be a martyr for the Lord and lose your life for the word's sake, you have even greater promises. It's promised that you're going to be the first ones to see the Lord because he's going to beam you up first. You will come with the Lord, man. So whether we live or die, like I said, our work is going to follow us, But, for, this lesson's sake, I'm going to just hit on how, some of everybody ain't going to die, man. So that's something to look forward to, being saved through the 6 troubles, everything that Jacob's trouble got to offer, and the 7 trouble of missiles, and to be having your body change. That's something to fight for, But I'm going to hop into these scriptures, and Lord willing, this lesson be edifying. I'm going to get this first. This is Matthew 16. This was the Lord Yahweh Shai said. Matthew 16 and 27. He says, "For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works." So the Lord talking about his coming. And watch what else he about to include in that. He says, "And verily I say unto you, there be some standing here which shall not taste of death." So the Lord was telling them that right there in that time. Look, when I come back, I'm going to come in the power, the glory, of my Father with the angels. And also, some of y'all who I'm telling this to, y'all ain't gonna taste of death, because when I come, I'm gonna gather y'all and bring y'all with me. You ain't gonna have to go through no fire. You ain't gonna have to be put to death and come back in reincarnation. No, you just gonna translate into the everlasting life. You see, translate, man. Like I say, even the ones who do be martyrs, they ain't dead, they just sleep. Right? But let's continue. The Lord says, I'm going to start at verse 27 again. Matthew 16:27. For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works. And verily I say unto you, there be some standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom. So the Lord telling, look, some of y'all right here, y'all the elect. Some of y'all ain't gonna die. Some of y'all gonna be alive to see my second coming. You know, to see my second coming. Let me snag this real quick in Thessalonians. This First Thessalonians 4. And I'm gonna start at 13. 1 Thessalonians 4:13, it says, but I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, right? Concerning them who gave their lives for the truth. It says, concerning them which are asleep, telling you they ain't dead forever. No, they just is a resting period. They sleep because they gonna come back. It says, that ye sorrow not even as others which have no hope. For if we believe that Yahushua died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Yahushua will the Most High bring with him. You see that? So the ones who gave their lives for the Lord, they gonna come with the Lord, man. And it says, for the Lord Yahushua himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of the Most High, and the dead in Mashiach shall rise first. You know, so if you get your life, hey, you got first dibs on the sightings of the chariot, first dibs on the new bodies. This the point though. Verse 17, it says, then we which are alive, so it's going to be some of us here still alive. And what's going to happen to those who still alive? Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds, in the chariots. Right? It says, then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord Yahushua in the air. And so shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore, comfort one another with these words, man. So you gonna have some believers here this day standing here, maybe listen to the lesson, right? Whoever it be, Lord willing, sleep or alive, Lord willing, we're that number regardless, right? But again, for this topic's sake, the ones who are alive, you don't have to go through death. You didn't have to experience that. You didn't have to go through a guillotine. You know, you ain't gonna have to go through that, you know, whatever it be. The Lord will preserve you through everything just to see the coming of the Lord and to be saved up out of here without tasting death, man. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing, you know. Yeah, because again, either way, whether you have to die for the truth or be alive, they both honorable. But I know I want to see the Lord. I want to see the coming, you know, experience that. Hey, you feel me? You can't write a better story than that, man. You know, can't write a better story than that. Let me get this real quick. In 1 Corinthians, because some Apostle Paul said when he was going into our us being beamed up and changed, man. He made a point. This is 1 Corinthians 15, and I'm gonna get straight to the point. So like in 1 Corinthians 15 and 50. Let me see. 1 Corinthians 15 and 50. It says, now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High. Neither doeth corruption inherit incorruption. Behold, I show you a mystery. We should not all sleep, but we should all be changed. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. And that's going into when elect get beamed up into those new bodies. But it says, we shall not all sleep, but we shall be changed. So look, everybody ain't gonna die. Everybody ain't gonna die. The ones who do give their lives, they gonna be changed into they heavenly body. But the ones who on earth, the ones who don't have to sleep, you will get dissolved right into your new body. Going into the chariot, man. Knowing you just came out of Babylon. Knowing you scarcely was saved from the fire. You see? Right? Now, hey, going back to that point too, when Yahushua that we got earlier, he said it was some standing there that was listening to him that shall not taste of death. Now we know it's not nobody on earth thousands of years old, man. But how was they going to see his coming? Those ones who were standing up by way of reincarnation. Just like I'm going to get right here when Yahweh Shai, what he said about John. You're right. And now when you go into this, I believe this was the last time Yahweh Shai was with his disciples after he rose. You know, he rose, eating with them, like it's in Acts 1, talking about things concerning the kingdom for 40 days. You see? And so I believe this was the last time. This right before he told Peter, feed my sheep the 3 times. Because look, he was going to be gone after this until he come back for his second coming. But watch what he about to say about John, right? And again, the Lord knew right here that he wasn't going to see his disciples again until he come back his second coming, which we still waiting for. Now, I just want to get this real quick on what Yahweh Shai told Peter about John. So this is Matthew 21. And I'm going to give 14. It says, this is now the 3rd time that Yahweh Shai showed himself to his disciples. After that, he was risen from the dead, you see. After this, he would go back into the heavens on the right-hand side. And I'm going to jump down. It says, verse 20. This one, Peter, well, I'm going to get it back on. I ain't going to read it all. Peter and Yahweh Shai was walking away, right? Was walking away. And I'm going to get verse 19. This spake he, signifying what death he should glorify the Most High. And when he had spoken this, he said unto him, follow me. And Yahweh Shai telling Peter, come on, look, follow me. And it says, then Peter turning about and see of the disciple whom Yahweh Shai loved, which was John, right? It says, following, and which also leaned on his breast at supper and said, Lord, which is he that betrayeth thee? And Peter, seeing him, saith to Yahweh Shai, Lord, what shall this man do? So Peter, he walking with Yahweh Shai, he turned back here like, Lord, what about John? Right? What John go do? If you told me how I'm going to have to go out, because when you read it, he told Peter what type of death he was going to have to die. So like, Lord, if you telling me how I'm going to have to go out, what about John? What's going to happen to John, right? And it says this, verse 21. Peter, seeing him, said to Yahweh Shai, Lord, what shall this man do? This is the point. Yahweh Shai said unto him, if I will that he tarry till I come, what is that to thee? Follow thou me. So Yahweh Shai told Peter, what is it to you? What is it to you if I want this man to be alive till I come back? Now, again, remember, Yahweh Shai knew right here he wasn't going to come back until what? His second coming. So he gave that hint of shit. John might still be one of the ones alive when I come back in reincarnation, man. Let's read it again. Matter of fact, let me see if they got, another version that probably explain it a little better. All right, let me get this in John 21 and 22 in the NIV. It says, Yahweh Shai answered, if I want him to remain alive until I return, what is that to you? You must follow me. ESV version, Yahweh Shai said to him, if it is my will that he remain until I come, what is that to you? You see? NLT, Yahweh Shai replied, if I want him to remain alive until I return, what is that to you? As for you, follow me. You see, so Yahweh Shai gave a hint that, look, John, he still might be alive when I come back. Right? So let's read on. And it says, then went this saying abroad among the brethren that disciple should not die. Yet Yahweh Shai said not unto him, he should not die. But if I will that he tarry till I come, what is that to thee, man? You see? So, hey, just going into it is literally going to be some of us, and I ended off with this, who literally going to not taste of death, man. Think of that. Some of us, you standing here on earth, you literally going to live forever. 1 billion something years from now, you ain't ever died. Think about that, man. Hey, call Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, man. Right, I'll get this and end it, though. This 2nd Ezra 6. This 2nd Ezra 6, and I'm going to start at 22, right? Because it's about to go into Jacob's trouble. And then it's going to go into those ones who escaped from all those things. And it's going to say something about them. So the 2nd Ezra 6 and 22. And the point is in 26. It says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall be suddenly found empty, going into that famine that's coming, right? And the trumpet shall give a sound which every man heareth shall suddenly be afraid. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand and fill with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world, and the men that are received shall see it, who have not tasted death from their birth. Let's read this again, man. Because it started off going into Jacob's trouble. People are afraid, famine. And it says what? Verse 25. And whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee, remain from the 6 troubles, right? The 7th, endure unto the end. In other words, it says, shall escape and see my salvation at the end of your world, when Yahweh shall come back, right? And the men that are received shall see it, who have not tasted death from their birth, man. So it's literally some of us who never gonna die, man. That's a strong statement, man. In this mortal world, that's a strong statement, man. In this mortal world, some of us literally never gonna die. You know how they could say, well, Michael Jackson live on, Nipsey Hussle live on. No, they dead. Yeah, they music still here, but they not. Eventually, over years, shit, we keep going forever. Man, look, that little hype gonna die down. Kobe Bryant, long live, all that. Look, that's cool, but we gonna have a living legacy. Our legacy ain't gonna be because we died. No, we ain't trying to. You want to enjoy that, man. You want to enjoy your legacy. Look at Yahweh Shai. His legacy still live on, though he's not here. But the Lord, that's not good enough. He want to come back and claim what's his. He want to be able to enjoy his legacy, man. You know how they say they don't love you till you're gone? No, man. Look, man, we want that love that we gonna get once Yahweh Shai get it and we reign with him. We want that love while we living, man. You see? But that's what we coming into. And even if we do with the Lord, even if we do die with the Lord, we gonna get it regardless. We gonna get it regardless. But hey, what a blessing that would be, man, to actually see that. Be literally translated from this world to the next without dying, man. Come on. But I'm going to read this again. 2 Ezra 6:26 and ended. It says, and the men that are received shall see it, who have not tasted death from their birth. And the heart of the inhabitants shall be changed and turned into another meaning. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared, man. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying, comforting. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Chakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all your Akim out there pushing his word with all truth and sincerity, and as well as you believers out there who believe in on the gospel. Hey, and with that, keep fighting, keep pushing. Shalom.